it, so she ended up quitting. So it was the manager, the assistant store manager, and then me, the key holder. But then the assistant store manager got transferred to another store, and she became a store manager. But since we were hitting our slow season, they decided not to hire an assistant store manager for our store. Assistant store manager stuff, when I wasn't supposed to be doing, the store manager was supposed to be taking care of that, because I didn't have the clearance, if you want to call it that, to do it, because he was supposed to take on the extra roles or whatever. Well, he was very lazy and he didn't want to do it. And since there was a video that's supposed to highlight the responsibilities of the different management members, and he never showed it to me for that same reason, because I was doing all of her responsibilities. And what the Jiminy Cricket.
Why does it keep saying my vehicle's been destroyed? That's my buzzer? I don't even own the buzzer.
What?
I guess that is
no
mine.
way.
That's so weird.
Okay.
Third place?
Did you die?
No, third place.
Oh, you tried to do that thing?
Yes.
Wait, why didn't mine?
65 feet. You really thought you were gonna beat me?
Dude,
at 65 feet.
Dude, I was like close to the thing.
Okay, so anyways, before I was getting so rudely interrupted.
Sorry.
Yeah, Wally.
Thank you. Okay, yeah.
You.
So that video, he never showed it to me, because he didn't want me to know where my responsibilities started and ended. So, like payroll stuff that I was doing, paperwork stuff that I was doing, I was basically doing it for free because I wasn't getting paid what I was supposed to be getting paid. So, the what's it called? My manager ended up getting moved to the store at the mall, and we were the downtown store. And when he got moved, I stayed at the downtown store, and there was an old manager that was getting rehired, and she was coming to our store so that I could help. This is gonna sound bad. So that I could help train her, because a lot of stuff had already changed, and she didn't, like, she was used to the old ways, and it had already been a few years before since she had left, so she didn't know anything about the new stuff, right? So the district manager came and he was like, oh, well, I want to see if you could stay at the store because I want you to help me train that manager. And I was like, what? And then he explained, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. And then he's like, okay, he's like, yeah, I wanted to talk to you beforehand, so that I didn't be like, well, I'm training her, that means I'm above her, kind of thing. And I was like, okay, don't worry about that. So then she came down, and then I was teaching her everything, and she basically caught on the first week, because it wasn't major things, but it was specific things. And then the manager, my old manager that went to the mall, my district manager was a real dick, and he was a real ass, and he was a bit of a racist.
But I can't say. Okay.
Oh, well,
I see how it is.
We're on Wally's now. We're not on Wolves.
Oh.
So, look, Canada just sent me a chat invite.
Canada?
Yeah. Remember Canada?
You still have him?
Yeah, but I never took him off.
Okay, and then?
So my manager got transferred over there because he needed to get rid of basically half that store, because the district manager didn't like their look. Because every time he would go and visit the store, they were kind of unkept, or they weren't. Oh yeah, or they weren't polished enough for his look, or they didn't speak English.
Damn.
And he didn't like that. And the manager that they had before hired them, and he got to know them, so he wasn't going to be like, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of him just because he doesn't like it. You know what I mean?
Are these franchises or are these all corporate?
Corporate.
Okay.
So they do it in sneaky ways so that they can do it in legal ways. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that happened. He got rid of a bunch of people, and then a bunch of people ended up quitting because their like friends were like getting laid off, or they were getting transferred to another store, but they were getting transferred to a store with no hours, so they would get like 1 or 2 days a week working, so that they could end up quitting.
So they would make them quit, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So he ended up needing help. And he told the district manager, like, I'm going to need her over here with me because I got rid of so many people, but now I need other people to kind of take on the load. And the people that he had there, none of them were ready for a promotion. So then he was like, I mean, that's fine. The guys that you had here, I can go ahead and promote one to a key carrier, and you can take her as a key carrier over there. And I was like, what a dick! After all this time, they still can't make me assistant. So I was like, oh, whatever, I guess. So then I went over to that store, and he died.
No, I hit one of the trees.
Okay. And then, come on. Okay, wait, guys, I can't talk while I'm trying to learn this because I still don't fully understand.
So here it's the horn instead of the right stick.
Yeah, I saw that. I kind of noticed that when
or right.
when I went like that.
So you guys never done the stunt races then, right, with these special cars? I'm assuming.
No.
Okay. So then, what you call it?
Earlier.
Come on, run.
Yeah, so you should be used to these cars now. Wait, we're waiting for one more. Hold on. Waiting for blue.
Hold on.
Oh, I have to go around.
Slow. I'm putting the charger in. Oh yeah.
Are these the ones we were on right now?
Yeah.
Oh crap! Yeah.
Okay, and then?
Wait, what are we doing? Are we doing the same one we were doing right now?
They say we have to kill people.
Or is this a different one?
Pretty sure I have to do a different one.
Oh, okay.
Come on. Find this thing doing it.
Okay, there.
Press the horn.
So then I get moved over there. Yeah, I did. So I get moved over there, and like I'm there for a few months. I don't think it was any more than a few months. Maybe like 3 or 4 months that I was there, and then I went to Dillard's to go buy concealer. And one of the girls that was helping me at the makeup counter, she was like, "You work at Payless, right?" And I was like, yes. And then she was like talking to me, yeah. And she was like,
No, not you. Sorry.
Oh.
Someone just ran over me.
Oh, that was awesome.
Okay, we have to get off or what?
How do you shoot in this thing?
I wouldn't shoot. You're not gonna be able to blow up these things in that thing, so.
Oh, okay, I see. Look up. Oh. Woofle!
I mean, I didn't leave nowhere.
Okay. Shrimps.
Can't believe my
Okay.
YouTube ain't running.
Where?
And then?
So we're doing another one, right? Just basically the same one we were doing right now?
Oh, it's gonna be something different.
Oh. Okay. So anywho, she was asking me, "You work at Payless, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then she was talking to me. She's like, "Oh, like, how do you like your job? How do they treat you? How did what's your pay?" And I was like I was telling her, and I was like, "Oh, it's this and this and this and this and blah blah blah." And then she was like, "Really?" that's what you get paid as a key carrier? And I was like, yeah. And then she was like, what? Oh my gosh, no, like, you can't stay there. Like, they're not letting you grow. They're not even giving you the opportunities. They're like, you've been with them for so long, and you basically do what an assistant manager should be doing, and you're not even getting paid for it. And I was like, well, I mean, I don't think so, because the district manager told my store manager that he's supposed to be handling those duties. San Antonio! And then she was like, honey, you're doing what an assistant manager is supposed to be doing. And I was like, what the jeepers? And she's like, you know what? She's like, I'm going to be honest with you. My manager noticed you.
God damn you, Wally.
San Antonio, what the? Oh, come on.
But you two saw that flip, bro.
Oh no, the current's taking me away.
And then, what did she say?
Wait, let me get out of here.
Okay.
And then she was all like, she noticed you last time she went, and she was actually comparing you to the old assistant she had. She's like, she really liked your style of working and how you were dealing with people and that. Because apparently one day she went, there was this customer that was being a total little biscuit, and she said that she liked the way that I handled her and basically like made her leave.
Giggity.
And I was like, honestly, there's like so many each day that I don't even know which one you're talking about. And she starts laughing. She's like, believe me, I get it. And then she was like that her manager wanted to go back and basically offer me a job there at Dillard's. San Antonio!
What do you got against San Antonio?
Well, I don't have anything against San Antonio. I love San Antonio. But I have to see San Antonio so that I don't cuss every 2 seconds.
She's mad because they got eliminated.
She doesn't want to cuss. She'll say dick, but she doesn't want to cuss.
Hey, that one slipped out, okay, because that manager was a real dick.
Oh, that one slipped out too?
Anywho, no, that one was intended.
Oh, okay.
Well, thanks a lot, running in front of me.
Oh, God.
So I was like, okay, and then she was like, you know what? Give me a second. Let me call my manager. So she calls her manager and basically sets up an interview for me to go, like, interview with her. And I was like, okay, sure, I guess. Oh, come on. I don't have any more.
And
oh, come on.
you leave Mississippians.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to blow this guy up, but I ran out of rocket launchers, so now I'm trying to use my homing thing, but he keeps getting the tree.
Wally can't talk and drive.
He just called you out.
I am killing and talking, okay? That's very different.
I got it.
Really? That was mine.
Oh my God. Teamwork here. Thank you.
You're welcome.
No.
So, anywho.
Oh, great.
I tell my...
Oh, my God.
I tell my coworker that, and she was like, OMG, are you going to tell him? And I was like, what do you think? Of course I am. So then she's like, you know what? He's upstairs. Let me accidentally talk about it in front of him so that he can hear it from someone else instead of hearing it from you to make it even worse. And I was like, okay, if you want, sure, I guess. So then she goes to the back and she pretends that he's not upstairs, according to him, doing paperwork, but really he was just on the phone with a manager from another store. And she was like talking about it with another coworker that was in the back processing shipment. And then, I'm not even joking, 5 minutes later he walks out and he's like, hey, I heard that you're taking an interview with Dillard's. Ooh, what are you doing? And I was like, what the heck? How did you hear that? And he's like, well, it doesn't matter how I heard it. The thing is that I heard it. And I was like, well, and then I told him I went to go buy concealer and they offered me a job. And he was like, and they just offered you the job, just like that. I was like, yes, Carlos, just like that. You know, some people actually like the way I work and they actually want to, what's that word?
Make you happy.
Employ you?
No.
take you under their wing. I don't know.
Oh, did you destroy it already? Yeah, you did.
You're welcome.
Acknowledge it. That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you. They actually want to acknowledge it. So he was like, so are you gonna take it? What the hell? And I was like, what do you mean, what the hell? How long have I been with this company? And I'm still waiting on the raise from 2 years ago. And then he's like, 2 years ago? And I'm like, okay, not 2 years ago, but it's been a really long time since you said you were going to give it to me. And I never got it in my paycheck. And then he was like, okay. So he goes to the back, and he ends up calling the district manager. I didn't turn it off. Your kids turned it off. I told you. And he ends up calling the district manager. Not even half an hour later, the district manager is there talking to me, telling me that he'll make me an assistant star carrier, that he's going to give me the raise that I'm owed, plus an extra raise for being an assistant, and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, seriously? And he's like, yes, like, please don't leave, like, we need you here, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, my interview's not till such and such date. Oh, wait, that's true, these do go in the water. I'm like, my interview's not till such and such date. I mean, if you can make it happen, I'll think about it. So then later that day in the system, I'm already made an assistant store manager. So I was like, okay, fine. And he comes back and he's like, the raise is going to take a few weeks though, because it has to go through payroll, and we were paid bi-weekly. So I was like, okay, fine. And I was like, well, what about the back pay that I'm owed? And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, that raise was supposed to be given to me a long time ago. And then he's like, oh yeah, that's true, I'll work on that. And I was like, okay, fine. So then what's it called, I
would have got that in writing.
I wish I would have. So then I go back to work or whatever, and then paycheck time comes around, and I'm like, hey, the pay raise didn't come through. And then he's like, no, he said it's not going to go through. You're going to see it the following paycheck. And I was like, why? And he's like, that because by the time he put it through, the week had already closed. So since it was on a week of the following paycheck, it's not going to be until the following paycheck. So I was like, okay, fine, I get it, whatever. So I ended up missing the interview because of it, waiting for the damn raise. And then the next paycheck comes, and I was like,
why did you miss the interview?
Here. Huh? Well, because I was waiting for the pay raise, because he said he was going to basically match what they were giving me over there.
You
like,
should have
okay,
went
fine.
Anyways as a backup.
I know.
Okay, sorry.
No, well, I mean, now I know. And so then that paycheck comes around, and I'm like, where's my raise? And he's like, what do you mean? And I show him my pay stub, and I'm like, where's my raise?
Yeah.
Oh, let me call him. So he calls them.
Is there bombs here?
He said he
what
called
the hell?
him.
Oh wait, I thought there were bombs.
No, those aren't bombs.
Wait, where are we?
I don't know where you're going. Who was in front of you? Was that Wolf?
I'm driving. I'm on the road.
Yeah,
oh, that was you. Okay.
I'm on the road too.
Oh no, that was
Come
Wally.
on, Blue, don't leave me in suspense. I want to hear it.
Oh, sorry. So
Yeah, you should have been talking to HR this whole time.
He whatchamacallit, he calls them, and according to him, he put the papers through. He's like, call HR, see what happened. That's what my manager said. The district manager told him to tell me. So I was like, okay. And he's like, so I'm gonna go to break. My wife is already here. When I come back, I'll call HR. And I was like, okay, fine. So he goes to lunch. He comes back, and he goes to the back, and he's on the phone. So I'm thinking, okay, he's calling HR. And apparently he was calling managers from another store. So then I go to the back. But see, the thing is that I didn't know what I couldn't do, and I was real like I didn't want to overstep my bounds on that matter.
Oh, hell no, not that bull crap.
So, okay, yes, but at that time I didn't know it was a load of crap. So then
how were you at this point?
Wait a minute. Huh?
How old were you at this point? At this job?
I was 22, 23.
Was that your first job or no?
That was my second job.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because my first job was JCPenney. That's when I was 16.
Alright, well, I get where you were at as far as, you know, I get it.
Yeah. So, I go back and I'm like, so what happened? And then he's like, oh, that he called HR and that some paper didn't go through, but I already resent it, so that you should be receiving it in your. They're like, if you don't get it this paycheck, it's gonna be the paycheck after that because of how the week cuts for us to be able to change anything in payroll. So I was like, okay, fine. So then next paycheck comes and nothing goes in, so he's like, just wait till next paycheck. So then that paycheck comes and I'm just like, it never came, and by that time I was getting pissed. So then a week and a half, I think it was a week and a half after that last paycheck, someone from Journey's Kids, I think it was, comes seeing if anyone, was it Journey's? I think it was, he comes and asks if I want to go work over there with them, that because the manager came in to drop off some stuff that someone was trying to steal, but they ended up getting caught. And I was dealing with him, and then he saw how I was working with the customers while I was dealing with that guy, and he said that he was impressed at my multitasking abilities and all this other stuff.
And you got people scouting you?
Right.
Yeah. So he came and that they were like, seeing if I was happy there and blah 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 blah, like basically the same thing as over there. And I was like, why wouldn't you let me drive? Oh, you have me on passengers only. No, there you are.
You're trying to hit me. What the rick? Why? So.
Blanca. Yeah. Are you two gonna start?
No.
So then, anywho, so like he's basically telling me the same thing as over there, and I was like, well, it's been like 2 months already that I'm waiting on my assistant manager raise, and he was like, oh my goodness, they can't be doing that to you. But that time, my manager was walking in while that manager was talking to me and saying all that stuff. So
dude,
then,
you're lagging like crazy.
I think I am. Yeah.
Okay. So then my manager kind of like heard what that guy was saying and stopped, and then he looks at me, and then like I saw that he was there, and then the guy turns around and he mouths like, is that your manager? And I go, and I'm like, yes. And he's like, okay, well, I'll go. I don't want to get you in trouble. Just here's my card and give me a call.
Dude, you should have went above his head to corporate hardcore.
Funny thing is that a week after that, corporate came down, and not just corporate. Dude, I don't care. They told you they were gonna give it to you. I'm gonna call corporate and I'm gonna bitch about it to them. And I was like, oh my God, don't do that. Like, I don't want to get in trouble. And she was like, I don't care. Like, how are you gonna get in trouble? They owe it to you. And I was like, well, I mean, I don't want to get anyone in trouble. And she was like, look, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And I was like, no, like, don't do it. So she started a rumor saying that whenever she came down, she was going to pull her aside. Even if they didn't schedule her to work, she was going to basically be at the mall all day waiting for her. And she was going to tell her, like, what they were doing. Well, that rumor got back to my manager and to the district manager. Not even kidding. The week after, I had the pay raise from both pays, but I didn't have the back pay yet. From the first paycheck, no, from the first raise, not from the second one. So I was like, okay, so what's happening to the rest of it? So then by that point, I was kind of like, okay, now I'm really getting pissed off. Like, what the heck? And then that's when I started looking for another job. And I think I lasted at that store. Do you remember how I lasted at the mall? I don't even think it was a year. It might have been a year. Maybe like just at the year, or like a year and a month or two, before I was just like, no, like, I'm fed up with it. Like, I would miss so much stuff because of work, because he would, like, if I needed a certain weekend off, he would tell me, work this weekend, work that weekend, close this day, and I'll give it to you. And when the time came for him to give it to me, he would give me some BS reason on why he couldn't. And I didn't know that the entire time he was making me, like, he was calling me in early or making me work late or calling me in on my days off to close. because he would have a barbecue to go to. And I never knew that was the reason why. So when when they told me what it was, I was pissed, and I was like, screw this shit. So one of the girls that I worked with had gotten fired. She quit, and she had gotten hired at like a beauty distributor. And she was like, we're actually looking for a girl. Do you want me to get you an interview? And I was like, oh my God, yes. So she got me an interview, and I got hired that day. And she was like, okay, like how much longer do you need to leave your other job? And I was like, well, I don't want to leave it because I still want to because I still had vacation pay, I still had personal time, and I had some other time that they were supposed to pay me, but my manager was a real asshole, and he would always be like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to put it in, so I'll put it in next paycheck. And next paycheck, he would be like, oh, I forgot to put it in, I'll call it in next paycheck.
It has to go through your manager? You couldn't have gone, it's not like you go straight to HR for all this stuff?
I didn't know I could.
Oh,
I didn't know that all I had to do was call HR and be, I'm missing these and these hours. Go ahead and put them in, and they would put it on my paycheck. Because he would always be like, I'll call HR. Like, don't worry, the manager needs to call. So I really thought that we couldn't call. And then I was like, well, let me give my 2 weeks because I want to get all those hours. So then every week I was like putting in those extra hours, the personal time and all that other time. And the third time I was putting in hours. Who was it? I think it was the district manager called my manager, and he was like, where are all these hours coming from? What's going on? So then he went back on payroll, and he was looking at it, and then he was like, oh, it's because she gave her 2 weeks notice, so she's trying to get like all of the money that we basically owe her paid.
You should have put your 2 weeks in. You should have just did it and then left.
Well, see, the thing is that if I would have done that, they would have kept them all. So
but,
I mean,
if you catch them in first and then leave, how would they catch you? You know what I mean?
No, he said to like should have done
you
whatever
can't,
he needed to do.
Huh?
Like he means like you should have gotten everything, and once you have everything, then go ahead and poof, bounce.
You can't do that. If you have personal time a certain week, you can't take vacation time that same week. And you can't have it on a day that you're scheduled.
You should have done exactly what you did, except don't put in your 2 weeks. So still do what you did, but without, you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, that I wouldn't have been able to do because I was kind of sneaking the hours in, because on days that you're scheduled to work, you're not allowed to put personal nor vacation days in. And in order for you to put personal or vacation days in, you need to actually schedule them into your schedule, if that makes any sense. So like, if at the end of the week you have 30 hours, I could have put in like 10 hours of personal to cover the 40.
But that's what you did anyway, right?
No, that's like the way to do it. I'll just say the legal way to do it, payless style, because you would have your 2 days off, so you could divide those 10 hours between those 2 days off. You know what I mean? Because then during the week.
So what did you do?
I was putting them in during the week while I was working, so that I could get all of them paid, right?
Okay, so do the same thing you did, but not have told them you're quitting. You see what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
Because once you tell them you're quitting, then they're going to do everything in their power to try to screw with you at that point.
Yeah, but the only reason that I was doing my payroll was because I was quitting. I was telling the manager that I just wanted to make sure that my hours were actually getting paid right, because they were messing around with them. You know what I mean? So that's why I was able to sneak them in, because in order for us to put in those personal time and that vacation time, we would have to tell him, and he would put them in, because I didn't know that we could put them in, because there's like a special code that you have to put, and it marks it on your timesheet that you're putting them in. Or one of the girls that I worked with was like, there's only 2?
Well, 2 drivers, 2 gunners.
Oh, because you do the...
Do you want to drive, Wolf?
I'm making sure I don't get...
Because it only fits 3. So, we're going to need 2 drivers and 2 gunners.
So then she told me, she was like, that's a load of crap. All you have to do is put this and this, and you could put your hours in. So she kind of taught me how to do it, so that's why I was doing it. You know what I mean? Okay, so that's that's how like that whole thing ended up going. So then the second week, the basically the last week that I was going to leave already, I did my timesheet and I put the rest of the hours in. And then I submitted it and it went into payroll. But the day before, like the day of, that was like the cut day. Like you could put them until Monday noon. Noon was the cutoff. So at Monday noon, you couldn't do any other changes to the timesheet. Well, I did that.
Oh my God, they're coming right at us!
OMG, I didn't even see that. So Sunday night was when I did like all those changes, right? So that when he went into close on Monday, he wouldn't be able to like do anything to it. Well, apparently he ended up calling him at home, and my manager opened on Monday. And he saw the timesheet and he took them off. I get a call.
Shady son of a bitch.
I get a call from the girl that was working on Monday. I get a call from the girl that was working on Monday, and she was like, "Hey, Carlos came in for a manager's meeting, so he said for you to come in close instead." So I was like, "Seriously?" And she was like, "Yeah." So I was like, "Okay, fine." And I'm like, "Well, what time did he get here?" And she was like, "Oh, well, I don't know. I came in at 10 and he wasn't here yet." So I was like, "Okay, fine." Because I was supposed to go in at 12, like I was just doing a mid shift. And I was like, "Okay, fine then." So I go to close that day. Freaking helicopters. I go to close that day, and I see that my timesheet is on his... Where's the chopper?
No, right here. Have them do the water, and we'll go on the yacht.
Okay. What are we doing on the yacht?
We have to destroy the product. Or somebody who's going to do the yacht. Because I'm dying here.
Hold on, let me just get this chopper and I'll go to the yacht. Get me closer.
Alright, so we'll do water then.
Okay. There's 3 more people on the yacht. But I can't get them because they're inside.
Sorry.
Dude, how do they shoot so good? What the hell?
Because it's whatchamacallit. Get out of the way, fool!
You should get up on that. Come and fix it. You, it's your shower.
Team Wally.
Okay, got that one. I think there should still be one more upstairs.
Did you say
I
Team
can't
Wally?
see that other guy.
Huh?
Did you say Team Wally?
Yeah, we're on Team Wally.
Oh, okay.
So, anywho, I go in that day. I ended up going in at 3, I think, and I see my timesheet on his desk. By that time, he was about to leave. Well, he should have left at 2 because I'm guessing he didn't want to run into me. But something happened that... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, that's Wally. Sorry. So he... I just saw someone walking us, and then I shot a little bit, and I saw your name. He was supposed to leave at 2, but something ended up happening with a customer that he had to stay up late. He had to stay late, and I ended up getting there early. So when I got there, I see my timesheet on his desk, and I was like, what the heck? And...
Helicopter.
He...
And boats. And boats. Right there to the right.
Oh,
no, not that boat.
Okay.
That helicopter.
I got the
that
chopper.
works too.
That was a hell of a dive there, Well, I would have had that on YouTube.
I saw that. I have it on YouTube.
That was one hell of a dive.
What the hell? There we go.
God, how are their guns so powerful?
It's found.
You're not playing on candy ass mode, that's why.
But come on, we have a freaking Gatling gun, and they're shooting me with what? Like, even
There
like
you go.
assault, yeah, but...
My goodness.
I gotta go to bed after this one.
Alright.
I'll be sleeping with the dogs.
Right before the hard one.
I'll pick it up tomorrow.
Come on.
Oh be able to get it, stay awake tomorrow. Stay up this week.
Damn, this truck is slow.
I am not a night owl. But you're an hour behind me.
Oh, in front of us.
Okay.
Oh, he's got that rap crap playing. Is that what he's doing?
No, that's actually blue.
Blue one. That's blue one. It's not blue two.
And it's gangster mode.
Bluetooth?
Huh?
Bluetooth.
No, so then I pick up my timesheet and I'm like, what the heck is this? And not only did he print out my timesheet, apparently the district manager had told him what pages to print out from, like, our, how do you say it? Like when you log in at work to, like, that it tells you all the rules and all that other stuff.
Okay.
Rules?
I don't know, I don't remember what it's called. Like the work portal. Like the work portal.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so he printed out and highlighted and signed it on the day and time that he printed it out. That on days we were scheduled to work, we couldn't add any type of hours. And that in order for us to put the hours in, we had to give some notice kind of thing that we were putting those hours so that it could be taken out of payroll so that it wouldn't affect regular payroll. And I was like, what the heck? This is never on here before. So I was like, OMG, like these Benerdos. What's that blue circle?
So it's like a good guy kind of thing.
Easy there, cowgirl.
Huh. So, like, he printed that out, and I was reading it, and then there was a letter that he had written explaining why he took $300 worth of hours off of my last paycheck, because there were hours that were basically hours that were owed to me, but since I didn't get it approved in their words, they had a legal way to take them away from me. I was so pissed. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Shady.
That day, I think I walked out. Do you remember that day? When I called you, the Carlos had taken the hours out of my timesheet the last week. Did I walk out that day? I really don't remember. I just remember that I was pissed. That's all I remember about that day. And I was like, I know that I still had some other days like left in my schedule. I just didn't go. I was like, screw this. This is how he's gonna
And the
be.
yellow thing, Wolf?
The yellow, that's by us, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's by us.
Just tap them.
Do you see the yellow circle?
No, I didn't see no damn yellow circle.
Sorry guys, Wolf's a little bit of a noob, so you gotta be patient with him.
It should be right next. Should park next to us.
They're over top of it. That's why I didn't see it.
Ew.
I didn't do it.
No, you didn't. I saw you.
You know,
42.
technically I would say yes, but I didn't get that in
Holy
YouTube.
guacamole.
Ooh, 181.
I hate this.
Well, I hope that
part.
taught you a valuable lesson about shady people.
Yeah, that's why I kind of stopped going to my second, third one.
Shady.
That's why
Yeah, I
Peter's
hate how certain jobs work 6 days differently. Like the last job I had, their 6 days were you could only use it if you called in sick, and you had to use it like that day. You had to email and be like, calling in sick and use my sick day. I used to work at Disney. You could just cash in your sick hours whenever.
Yeah, that's how it was at
You
what's it
just be
called,
like, hey,
JCPenney.
I want 16 extra hours on my paycheck this week. Boom, okay, good. So much better that way. No, you don't need no explanation, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
What if you ran out
payless.
6 days and then you were sick? Then what happens to you?
You're screwed.
Well, I mean, like,
Yeah.
See, I never worked my 6 day.
it was mostly for when I'm going on vacation, and instead of being without work for a week, I just cash in 5 days worth of sick days.
Yeah, and
It's
if you're
for
really
that.
sick, today you got really sick. Say you got sick. You're sick for 2 weeks.
Well, I mean,
Before-
I don't get sick like that. I get sick like once a year, and it's not for like a month or anything like that. It's not like Black Plague.
Hey, I've been sick for 3 weeks, man.
Oh yeah, that's way too long. That doesn't happen to me.
I don't go to the doctor neither. I just tough it
Yeah,
out.
me neither. I haven't been to the doctor in years.
All I do is give you some damn piece of shit that don't work. Alright, this is it. I'm done.
Alright, bro.
I'm over. I'm too tired to keep my eyeballs open.